This is a box from Diode Dynamics. In this box is a whole bunch of bulbs. Taillight bulbs, directional bulbs, and a whole bunch of multi-purpose bulbs. I also have these yellow bulbs from Auxito, since Diode Dynamics are out of their yellow fog light bulbs for my car. I've thought about doing this upgrade for a while now, but the final push to do this upgrade came from within the last year. Now that I have my Forester Wilderness Edition, I have become accustomed to using LED headlights on the road, so much so that anytime I drive the Adventure Wagon at night, I can't see much of anything. The time has finally come to replace my old bulbs with something newer, and we are going to do it together. If you have a Subaru with halogen bulbs, which most do, changing headlight and taillight bulbs are fairly straightforward, but may be more complex depending on the Subaru you have. In our case, it is easy to remove the headlights from the Adventure Wagon, or at least it should be. By removing this small trim piece, all the hardware for the headlights is now in the open. In my case, I didn't want to break any of the trim clips as they didn't have much give to them, so I had to cram my hand with some wrenches and sockets behind the trim piece in order to get to the other bolts for the headlight. A newer Subaru may require removing the entire front bumper though, which is no small task. All the bulbs are accessible from the back side of the headlight, which is much easier to work on with the headlight out. With one side of our bulbs in, we can do a little side-by-side comparison. On my left or your right are the stock bulbs, and then on my right or your left is the new LED bulbs that are in the headlights. Now you may notice I haven't done the headlight bulb, and that's because I didn't buy them. I actually want to do something a little bit different with the headlight bulbs than just putting LED headlight bulbs in. So I'm actually going to wait on those for now before I finish up these front headlights. If you want to leave a like, go ahead and leave one so that way this can reach more people so they can do an LED conversion on their Subaru. To end the night, I completed both sides of the headlights, and with that, those are done. We'll continue this install tomorrow. Although I did want to complete this install during the night because they are LED bulbs, the weather was so nice out that weekend that I just wanted to take advantage of the warm weather and work on the bulbs during the daytime instead. I haven't done fog light bulbs before, so this will be a first for me. Now you might be asking, why should we put yellow bulbs in our fog lights? Well, there's a good explanation for that. For example, I live in the Northeast, and we tend to get a lot of snow, especially during this time in the winter. Halogen light tends to cut through snow, so you can still see where you're going. If you have an LED bulb, a white LED bulb, to be precise, that actually reflects off of the snow. It doesn't cut through it as well as a halogen bulb. So to get the power of an LED, but still be able to cut through reflections like that, we of course use a yellow LED bulb. My fog lights are already tinted yellow, but the halogen bulb that is in them isn't, and I noticed that on the road it really isn't that yellow with just tints on. So we're going to change the bulbs to yellow as well. Combining the yellow bulbs with the yellow tint that I have already will really cut down on those reflections. With that, the front is done. Let's move on to the rear, where with the hatch open, the taillights remove easily with these two 10mm bolts. The bulbs are daisy chained together, but just so I don't get confused here, I will do one bulb at a time. Now you may have noticed in this video I've been wearing gloves when I handle the bulbs. That is because with halogen bulbs, the oils of your skin can actually ruin the bulbs and burn them out. Now I am replacing them, but they're still good bulbs. I don't want to ruin them, so I'm wearing gloves. And just to show you a quick comparison, we have the old bulbs on the left and the new bulbs on the right. And it may not be that noticeable, but if you look there on the rear bumper at the reflections, you can see the right side is way brighter. Doing both taillights were a breeze, and everything is already looking so much better. I think my license plate bulbs need to be updated too. Fortunately, I bought enough bulbs to replace these as well. And with the license plate lights complete, there's only one thing left to install. It is a relay and is supposed to replace the stock turn signal relay. The reason why is because LEDs are a lower voltage than regular incandescent or halogen bulbs, and what tends to happen is when your halogen bulbs start to go, or your turn signal bulbs in a traditional headlight, they're gonna start flashing really fast because they're not getting as much voltage. Well, because our LEDs don't have as much voltage, they're gonna flash too, but there's nothing wrong with them. They're just lower voltage. So this relay fixes that problem. But I also just learned I gotta tear apart the entire lower dash here. So to save you the trouble, I'll come back in a little bit. Here is the OEM indicator relay, and just to show you that everything worked the way that it should have. Our indicators and hazards are flashing at the speed that they're supposed to be flashing at. And with that, the install is complete. I'm seeing a lot more light output, and the bulbs definitely look a lot better than the halogen ones. Don't go away too soon. If you want to see more lighting work that I did on my 2005 Subaru Forester, you can click on the video right here on the screen, and I'll see you over there.